And happy Tuesday, everyone. Thanks for joining on February 17th. We're already a month and a half into the new year, Jeff. It seems like we just had the new year.
We're past Valentine's Day, so I can rest easy. If that's the one I worry about every year. We're past Valentine's Day. Things went well for me. Andrea made me go. She said I want 3 things for Valentine's Day. I was talking about getting a massage, but then that didn't happen. She said, what's the first thing? She's like, I want to go see a movie. I said, okay, what is it? She said, don't worry about it. Just go. And I knew I was in trouble. Dracula, the Love Story. She's like, I want 7 brew coffee. I want to go to Dracula, the Love Story. And I don't want you complaining about going to Dracula, the Love Story. And so I accomplished 2 out of the 3. I went to the movie and I got her coffee.
So you complained?
A little bit. Yeah. I tried. It was an hour. It was like a 2-hour movie, 2 hours and 9 minutes, I think it was. So 2.5 hours with previews. I made it like a good hour and a half into it before I started the eye rolling. And then I got audible after that.
Well, I got my wife a few of little things, Friday night I gave it to her because where am I going to hide it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but one of the things I got her was Afrin because she was so sick.
Oh,
so
that's
real
how
low.
You know you've been married for like 20 years when you get Afrin for Valentine's Day.
She said it was the best Valentine's gift out of everything I gave her.
If you're a little stuffy up in the head, it's a good gift.
Yeah.
Hey, look what I found in the closet tonight.
Oh, there you go. Keeping Charleston great. Nice.
From back in the election days.
I can't tell you what it is, but I do have a surprise coming for you. It's in the mail.
Ooh. Now I'm interested.
Yeah. So welcome everybody. We do these every Tuesday night. So let us know where you're chiming in from in the comments. What's your real name? If you have a crazy screen name, so we can call you by name. And then, we would love to hear any questions you have about moving to South Carolina, living in South Carolina, things that are coming up. If we don't know the answer, we'll try to find out and get you an answer eventually. Sometimes we make it up. Not really. We always say we're more making it up. And then sometimes we have the real answers too. So we would love to hear from you in the comments. So let's hit on some of those first, Jeff. And then we'll go in. Tonight we're going to talk about the 55 plus. If we don't have a bunch of questions, we're going to talk about all the 55 plus communities here and some special ones across the state too. So I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you that earlier what we were talking about. So good evening to all. Loretta.
See, that right there is proof that I don't have any idea ahead of time what we're going to talk about on Tuesdays.
But you do so well. You just you're ready. No matter what the topic is about South Carolina, you are ready.
I'm ready to roll.
Loretta from Poconos, and yes, the snow is finally starting to melt. Yeah,
we had a shorts day today, Loretta. I didn't have shorts on, but we could have had shorts and t-shirts on today.
Me either. We'll hit on the weather, but I'm looking forward to tomorrow and the next day and the next day.
All right, is tomorrow shorts day? Or are we officially going back to shorts tomorrow?
I'm in shorts tomorrow for sure.
Okay, I'm in.
Yep. John from Horizons at Carnes Crossroads. Great being here. Enjoy the hour every week. Thanks, John. Appreciate you joining.
Good to see you, John.
Thank you for always being on. Rose, what's up, Rose? How's it going? Hope you're doing good tonight. Dan and Judy are on. Checking in from Chesterfield, Michigan.
Hello, guys.
Doing well here. You said Carnes Crossroads, Jeff. Why did you say?
Because you said to say where you're signing in from,
You're ridiculous. It goes to every channel. So we got it on YouTube, we got it on Facebook.
Oh, okay. No, see, I was just trying to do a little funny. I didn't realize I was screwing up the whole system.
Heidi Westeron from Connecticut, always Collins, Horizons, Summers Corner, as always. Oh, she means as always on. Okay. Hey guys, how's Connecticut? Is it snowy up there?
Connecticut.
Joy and Brian on from Long Island. We were just talking about Long Island today. How one of our we were doing a listing appointment, and we were saying how many people we've had on Zoom calls in the last 6-8 months from Long Island. We can't believe it left up there.
And he said, "I get it. I've been there."
Yeah.
So we're like, so we were listed. We were talking to them in Nexton, and we're like, so where you want to move to? Like Nexton. They're moving from Nexton to Nexton.
Out my back door.
They like it so much.
Mike is on 2 glasses of wine for the 2 clowns at Club Circo in Tidewater. I love it. Hope you guys are doing good. Happy Fat Tuesday. I like Fat Tuesday.
How dare you, sir?
What? We are fat.
Well, you didn't have to call it out. Jeez.
Ken's on from Delaware. What's up, Ken? How's it going, buddy? All right, we got our first question. Do you have any insight on the probability of new tax bills in South Carolina being passed that require 5-year residency before being able to reap benefits of state income tax elimination?
John, I am glad you asked that, because this is where I feel like we're going to really show our value and our worth. I have no idea.
Yeah. I saw an article about that, but last I knew it wasn't even to the floor and hadn't not passed or anything. So I don't have an answer for you. But
we'll keep it near to the ground.
Yeah, for sure. Tom, South Jersey, just drove back from Young Carns. I love it.
That's the name. That's the new name.
Bought our vacation forever home last month. We'll be there 1 week every month till we retire. Awesome.
Oh, that's exciting. Hopefully retirement isn't too far away.
Connecticut is cold, Heidi says. I believe it. I believe it.
Not lying.
My stepmother in Massachusetts was not happy about the Massachusetts weather. Abby.
Oh, that's Abby with Coleman.
Oh, with Coleman Worldwide Moving.
Yeah. So if you guys are looking for movers, this is the company that we often refer people to. They can handle in town. They can handle anywhere across the country. We've had people move them in. They've done jobs for us coming up from the Northeast. And even if you're locally moving and you don't even need a truck, like they're kind of one-stop shop for everything from just manpower up to and including across the country.
Yeah, they said they would do special for us about manpower and stuff. That's not something they normally do.
Actually, that might be true. Yeah.
Just
tell them Jeff and Mark said it was okay. No, forget that. Tell them Abby said it was okay.
Love it. Rose said the amenity center at Horizon Summers Corner is showing great progress. Looks like they're on schedule. It did look like that when we were there, and I'm sure it's even better now because it's been 2 or 3 weeks since we've been over there. So
yeah, we're probably due to call and ask and beg again if we can get in early to get some video done over there. I'll have to remember to check on that tomorrow.
So I told Jeff, we were talking about this. I said, Jeff, can't we just go over on a Sunday sometime and just sneak in? And Jeff's like, Mark, we're rules followers.
That's right. Mr. Lenore, listen to who got you. It was Jeff that said no. Everybody thinks that Mark is the voice of reason and I'm the outcast and the lunatic. That is not the case.
Well, just in video, you are.
I'm a rules follower.
So yeah, we'll try to get in there and maybe get a sneak peek for everybody, and we'll play it first on a Tuesday Night Live. Maybe it's just some of the
that'd be fun.
B-roll and stuff. That would be good. John sounds good. Thanks. You're welcome, John. Appreciate it. Felicia said $5. What does she want $5 for?
She's complaining that Subway hoagies aren't $5 anymore. I don't know. It's a $5 foot long or something.
Okay. Tracy said, as it relates to the tax question, if they pass it, my guess is they will phase that in, and individuals will
get grandfathered or something. Maybe he was saying. Probably. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, that'd be great. All right, awesome. Well, let's hit on the weather first, because we've got some super nice days coming up. So excited. And
then a few cold overnights coming up next week still.
Yeah, so Sunday night. All right, let's look at 74, 76, 80, 74.
Yeah.
So I'm wearing shorts through Saturday. Sunday 61. I might still wear shorts, but maybe not. The low is 34 though, so I'm guessing that is Sunday morning, Saturday night into Sunday morning, and then Monday morning 29, Tuesday morning 30. Yeah, so you'll be at the shelter those 3 nights.
Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday is what is possible right now. They haven't called it yet. But look at that. It's supposed to rain over the weekend. I've got the slingshot ready to go. I'm 70-degree weather's here. I got the battery plugged in, all charged up, ready to rock, and it's going to rain this weekend.
Well, maybe Friday after we do video at one of our new listings, you can go, but you can't go early. It'll have to be like 5:30.
Well, yeah, but it gets dark then. I don't typically ride the slingshot after dark. It sits so low to the ground that I get blinded by the lights from other cars. So we usually try to be in by sunset. So if you got me on 4 o'clock,
sunset is like 6:05 now, though. So
well, that's true. It's later. It goes later.
Yeah.
I might get a little something in.
Yeah. And then so we got some low, and then look back into the 70s.
Hey, that house that we're gonna wait, we're not allowed to talk about that house yet, are we?
No.
I heard there's a house coming that's gonna have paid off solar panels on it with a newer roof somewhere. That's cool.
Somewhere,
yeah.
Someday.
Yeah, it's definitely not gonna be our listing though.
Let's see. Loretta said, which of all the 55 plus in South Carolina that have an indoor outdoor pools offers the best overall home price? Let's save that question for when we go over.
Yeah, we're gonna be all over that.
Yeah, that'll be good. Tracy finished phase in and grandfather people bad typing. That's okay, Tracy. No problem. Eddie says, hey guys, finally made it to Summerville. Awesome.
It's got the looks like Eddie's a bike rider.
Yeah. He's fat bike, which usually means fat tires, I think. So he might be a mountain biker.
You've been putting some miles on lately.
Yeah, I got almost 50 miles on the road last week, and I only went once this week so far.
Did you hit your 11-mile mark yet? I know that was your goal.
Yeah, I got up to 15 miles.
Wow.
Yeah. Did 15, and then I did 12 on Monday. So I did 15 Saturday, 12 on Monday.
And was that all Cane Bay?
The 15, I went out of Cane Bay and up through Bradford Point and over to those back roads that go up to Jedburgh.
Yeah.
There's a 4-mile loop that's up there. And then I came back down into Cane Bay. So all but 4 miles, 5 miles of it was in Cane Bay. So
when you're biking in Cane Bay, are you mostly on the roads or mostly on the paths?
I would say a third of it is on the paths and then 2/3 on the roads because I'm in the neighborhoods. So there's no like big path like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good job, buddy.
Yeah. Thank you. Eddie says yes, he's a mountain biker. Okay, good. Jackie says, what kind of bike do you have? I have a road bike. It's Motobacan, I think is the name of it.
Butter pecan?
Motobacan.
Oh, that's my kind of biking, buddy. Let's go.
Was it a road bike or a mountain? Yeah, I have a road bike. I just have a road bike, Eddie. All right. Anthony said
recumbent bikes. You ever see them?
Yeah.
Like a trike.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty good. This lady runs around next and has one of them.
I'd be afraid somebody would run me over if I was on the road, though.
Well, they do sit low to the ground, but she has the lady I know that runs around next to it has a big flag sticking off the back of it.
Yeah.
So that's probably why she does it. I didn't think about that till you just said that.
So Tony and Lori sitting by the fire pit at Club Falzone. I'm so glad you said that, Tony, because Jeff sent me over the pictures earlier, and we got permission from Anthony to show this. So this is Club Falzone South. He put some really cool pavers out there.
Yeah, nice paver work.
Yeah, some nice palm trees. The mulch looks good. So he's getting set up. He's got his fire pit in there now too. I think you can see it in that photo there.
Yeah, imagine when the grass is actually green coming up here in a month.
Yeah, so I'm glad you brought that up too, because we had a question on YouTube that somebody said, "What is going on with the grass there?" Well, I live in the Northeast, and I've never had brown grass like that. Is it just dead, or what's wrong? So
Yeah,
fill them in, Jeff.
it goes dormant. It goes dormant. I think about November 1st is when we stopped cutting our grass. It stopped growing, and it's dormant now this time of year, and it'll be greening up here in the next month.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that, because on our intro, that if I remember is drone footage over 4 seasons.
Yes.
Into this, we have it with brown grass. I was thinking we need to change that intro and do a green grass, because it just looks so much better. But yeah, grass goes dormant here, and it'll be back soon. And one thing with the grass here that I will mention is, coming from the north, I thought I was going to have to water my grass, 5 days a week, half an hour a zone. The grass here, once it's established, has needed a lot less water than I thought it would. Like, you don't water yours all that much, do you, either, Mark?
I don't. Just in the summertime when it's real hot, I'll go out there and hand water it, because I don't have an irrigation system or anything.
I set mine on like twice a week for like 5 minutes a zone, and that's been plenty to keep my grass green. And excuse me, and then in July or August, when we get some of those Florida style, a lot of pop-up shower in the afternoon, there's sometimes where I'll go for a month in the summer without my irrigation system even on, because we're getting enough rain
for it.
Yeah, that you don't have to do it. But
that's awesome.
A lot less water than I expected.
Yeah. Well, and our yards in these master plan communities are not as big too. Yeah. So it's not like we need 80 heads in 10 zones or anything like that.
Although some of these new homes in Nexton that they have available right now would need a lot bigger irrigation system.
Yeah, the biggest one already got swallowed up. It was a 2-acre lot in Nexton. That just doesn't happen. So I thought that was pretty cool. But there's some other big ones in there for sure.
Yep.
Abby says she likes butter pecan, my favorite ice cream.
Mine too.
I like butter pecan.
Brewster's has great butter pecan ice cream here.
Dex Factors, are there any new updates in Cane Bay, the Wildcat Chase neighborhood in particular? Will there be new construction homes available this summer in that neighborhood? Yeah, we just got an update from Michael over there. He's our go-to guy. And the builder there is Dream Finders. A little bit different product than what you find in Tidewater. A little bit more base or entry, I would say. And just not as fancy with the lanterns and the raised foundations and things like that. But right now, I think he said they have 17 spec homes available right now. And yes, there'll still be homes this summer as well, because they have a whole nother road to do in there once they finish the road that they're on. So not a big neighborhood. I think it was like 200 homes maybe.
That sounds about right. And no real amenities that are coming. So no real pool, at least unless things change. The last we heard, there's no real amenity center over there, but you still do have access to get by trail out to all of the stuff that Cane Bay has to offer, the grocery store and the restaurants and all that. It's a good bike ride or golf cart ride out there. How long would it be, Mark? 20 minutes?
From where?
Like Publix from back there at Wildcat?
Yeah, so you could do a bike in 10, 15 minutes, probably 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now there is a new school. Is that an elementary school back there?
It is, yeah.
So there's going to be a new elementary school right outside of that neighborhood, like maybe 100 yards away as the crow flies. So if you got shorties, that'd be a really convenient school to be close to back there.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we can, if you want to email us, info@charlestonarealiving.com. We can keep you updated on that neighborhood. When we get information from Michael, we can pass it on to you. So just let us know and we can get you in the system and make sure we get you all that fun stuff for sure. Thanks for asking. That's a good question. Yeah. Nice patio. Yeah, I love that patio. Talisha likes it too. Eddie said nice about the bike. Awesome. Lynn and Dan here from Mass again. We booked our next trip to see you guys in July. Look
Nice.
forward to seeing you again soon. Awesome. Now, I won't be here the July 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Jeff will be here. I'll be on a cruise with the wife. So,
are you going to be gone over a Tuesday?
Yes.
Yes. Pay attention, people. We're going to have fun that night. No Mark Klim to slow us down.
I got to get somebody that is in HR to be on.
Hey, you cannot start putting Michaela in that position. She's going to be your go-to to try to keep me in line.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to put up with it.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure if you saw before, she accidentally just took Rick off the last one. I wasn't there. So I'm sure she can delete you from the live too. So.
Okay. Sorry. I apologize. Don't delete me.
Mike said, don't let the word out, but El Patron and SOMM, I'm not sure what that was, were packed on Friday. Looks like 2 new great additions to the Nexon area. Yeah, so El Patron I like.
Yep.
There's another one across the street that I like better, over by the Publix on the end past Jersey Mike's. It's called Cielo. We've been there 3 or 4 times now, and at first, I'm not sure if they just had staffing problems or whatever. We went in and turned around because we couldn't get a seat. But my wife and I have been there a couple times now, and we really like it. A little bit higher price, but the atmosphere is really nice. The service is really good now. So definitely check out Cielo.
I've not been to that El Patron, but I've been to El Patron somewhere else, and I really liked it.
Yeah. I'm going to need a grass guy in Young Carnes. Any idea? Yeah. Kevin Fagley is our go-to. He cuts my grass in the summertime when I can't do it, or I had a heart issue a while back. He took care of my lawn all last year. Really good. If you go to our website, charlestonarealiving.com, and then go to the menu and look at our business partners there, we have all of our contractors on there. But if you go to landscaping, look for Kevin. He'll be on there, and just tell him you know me.
And if he isn't taking new clients for some reason, just call us. We'll get you with somebody.
Yep. Abby said, yes, we will do whatever is needed for ROG agent.
There you go.
Thank you, Abby. Appreciate that. Tidewater was a Crescent Homes product before they got bought by Dream Finders.
Yep.
Wildcat Chase is a more typical dream. Yep, you're absolutely right. Dwayne said my wife is HR. So we'll put Dwayne's wife on with you.
And I'm actually a little afraid of her too. Because I know she keeps Dwayne in line, and so that right there has to tell me something.
Do the HOAs send you their rules or bylaws prior to closing? If so, how close to closing can we expect to see them? So usually you have to ask for them. If it's new construction, usually they'll send them automatically. If you haven't received them after you sign your contract, just ask for them for sure, because you should be able to get them once you sign a contract for sure.
And if you're doing resales, we as realtors help you find that stuff.
Yeah. Psalm is the new wine bar. Okay. I haven't seen that yet. Mike, thank you for clarifying that. That's great. Tracy said HR is not your friend. Never go to HR. That's funny. Funny. All right.
My filter just worked.
Good job. Good
job. I had an HR story from a conversation when I was in an HR office one time. My filter just worked. I'm so proud of myself.
Let's hit on our numbers, and then we'll get into the 55 plus stuff here. So far, it's been good, not great. Similar to the last 2 years, January and February so far. So 298 under contract. We are up 17 from last week. We're up 107 homes on the market from last week too. So we're still seeing the increase to the market. We're not seeing that springtime decrease yet, but it should happen anytime. Like, we strategically have a client, and we told her, let's put it on the market this Thursday, because last year that's when we saw homes start going under contract. So we have one going on Thursday. There'll be a coming soon on that tomorrow.
You impressed me then, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you went. Mark is a numbers guy, and he was able to show this client and me, honestly, why we're going to activate this house on the day that we are by showing. He was able to look back, and it's not just an easy thing to figure out. He dug back into the data from the last couple of years and said, okay, here's the best day based on the history. You did a good job, Mr. Klim.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Now, next year, I'm going to get into multiple years and like really dig into it. But
did you do an Excel spreadsheet on that one?
Of course I did.
I did not even need to ask the question. I knew the answer before I asked it.
I exported 2 months of data and, for the whole Charleston area, and then put it into pivot table, all that fun stuff. You Excel nerds out there like me will know what I'm talking about.
There is nothing fun about that. That makes my head hurt. I Mark just gets so pleased. If I walk in his office and he's just giddy, I know he's working on an Excel spreadsheet.
235 single-family homes under contract. That was 9 up. Median stayed about the same. Price per square foot stayed about the same. Condos about the same. Mortgage news came down a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit more about why those mortgage rates came down a little bit, because people are always like, well, what made the mortgage rates come down? The Fed didn't drop the rate or anything. So what made the mortgage rates come down? So I'm going to talk about that in a minute here. So area medians, Summerville, Ladson went all the way up to 57. We saw 20 more homes go under contract in the Summerville, Ladson area than we did last week. 20 more in just that one area. Monk's Corner, Goose Creek stayed around 50. What was the other big one? Oh, we had double digits in all of these areas. So usually either West Ashley or Mount Pleasant or Peninsula will only have a couple. And then the other call out was Mount Pleasant median for what went under contract went under $1 million. So I haven't seen that in a while.
Still another townhouse up as high as 3.2.
Yeah.
That just surprises me every single week.
Shocking, right?
It is.
All right. So here's kind of the reasons for lower mortgage rates. So government intervention, I'm sure everybody heard there was an initiative directed by government to buy $200 billion in mortgage-backed securities. So I don't think that's happened yet, but just the talk of it is one of the reasons for the slight decline. Anticipation of the Fed action. So if you ever talk to Landon always says it's not what they're doing when the Fed cut rates this week. It's what they're planning to do in the future, because the market has already reacted to whatever they're doing this week or the current number. So that was another reason. Economic data, there was a strong jobs report early in February. So overall inflation data still suggests a cooling trend, but that supports a little bit lower rates. And then the Treasury, the mortgage rates have followed the 10-year Treasury, which yield downward, which is sensitive to investor expectations for future growth. So these are some of the reasons that we're seeing the tick down. Any comments on that, Jeff?
I know inflation is real. Tried to buy a pot roast the other day.
Oh yeah, meat's up there.
Yeah, it's going to cost me like $40 in pot roast to throw in the crock pot.
Yeah, crazy. We had steak tonight. I don't know how my wife afforded it, to be honest. I'm not asking questions.
Maybe she stole it.
I don't know. Transactions January 2025 versus 2026. So we are up this year over January in both transactions and median sales price. 2.9% in transaction, 2.3% median sales price. Interesting.
I bet you'll never guess what we had for dinner tonight.
Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, Tuesday night has turned into our Chick-fil-A night because we don't do a big dinner because we got the live coming up. So Riley's been running to Chick-fil-A. What's that salad I like? The one with the avocado lime. I had.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was good, but she knew to bring me a large diet lemonade from Jesus Chicken.
Very nice. Very nice. All right, let's talk about the 55 pluses in our area here. I just grabbed the pictures of what I could grab. Some of them had signs, some of them didn't. And I organized them by builder and area, I guess, or just builder. So there's two horizons here. Let me go back and refresh my memory on what was Loretta's question. But there's two horizons here, Jeff. One's in Dorchester County. One is in.
I'll start talking about Carnes while you're looking for the thing. So there's two. One in Dorchester, one in Berkeley. The one in Berkeley is in Carnes Crossroads. That's where I live. I don't live in Horizons, but I live in Carnes Crossroads. Newer neighborhood, just opened a year ago. They're only doing the smaller and medium-sized homes, so no 3-car garages on those ones. It's going to have its own great amenity center. I know one of the questions was indoor pool. Which ones are going to have indoor pools? This one will have an indoor pool, has an outdoor pool. It also has all of the other amenities around Carnes that I have access to as being in the regular young Carnes. So the lake house, which, by the way, I used the other day, Mark, and I went and I was trying to read a book, and I got sidetracked at the office. I got sidetracked. I read 2/3 of this book in a couple hours sitting over at the Carnes Lake House. It was very lovely. Sat inside for a little bit, sat out by the pool for a little bit. It was really nice. So the farm, all the playgrounds, like you're going to have access to all that stuff. It is gated, and it is one of the lowest price points in 55 pluses for the houses. It is one of the highest price points in 55 pluses for the HOA because you've got all the extra things that Carnes has that Horizons, like the other Horizons, doesn't have.
Yeah. And that you hit on all the points of her question. Ooh. It was indoor and outdoor pool. She wants both. Overall home price and lower HOA fees. So 2 out of 3 will give it on Horizons Carnes, right?
Yeah, $100-ish more a month than most of the other 55 pluses, but you do get a lot for that.
For that, yeah.
And you even get $150. So, 150 of that extra 1,200 you get back in farm bucks to spend on produce at the farm.
And then Horizons at Summers Corner, all the same, but siding is
vinyl. Versus hardy plank. Yeah. And so it's one of the higher. The Horizons are a little higher than most in the monthly HOAs. This one will have an indoor pool, outdoor pool. One of the things this one has going for it is it's going to have a bar, not a restaurant, but a bar also. And we expect that amenity center to be open in the next couple months. Lovely neighborhood, good values on the houses, not as much golf cart ability as a lot of the other ones. There's like one little restaurant. There will be a grocery store there. They actually have started doing more on it. There's going to be a Publix there. But if you're looking to be able to golf cart easily to restaurants and stuff, not as great. It's a little bit further out. I wouldn't say in the country, but it's probably 10 minutes further out to stuff than the other Horizons would be. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah. And I would imagine in the next 10 years, there'll be more stuff out that way.
It's moving out that way
for stuff to go.
Yeah.
So it will develop. So if you want, 5 to 10 years of growth and, a little bit more relaxing area, that might be a great area for you for sure.
If you were to call me and say, hey, listen, it's really important that I have, a ranch, but I want it to have a 3-car garage and I don't want to be at $650,000. This is where I'm going to send you.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's talk about Four Seasons then. Cane Bay. So one of the 2.5-ish 55 plus in Cane Bay, and they're still building there. So they have 2 more phases 9 and 10 in there, single family homes and villas. They haven't started building that area yet. They're still working on land development. They got caught up in a couple things. We haven't gotten the real solid reasons behind those. And from what Dwayne told me today, he was over there looking to see if one of his clients' homes had started, and it had not yet. But he got an email stating March they should start foundation.
I think they dug up aliens, and so they had to wait to dig up the rest of the aliens or something.
Oh, aliens. Okay.
Yeah.
That's better than what I thought you said. But I mean, Jeff, you were really considering moving to this neighborhood just at how beautiful it is and all the amenities that they have there, right?
Yeah, and if it's the only one that is boatable, so you could have a kayak, canoe. There's a lot of lake lots you could canoe right from your backyard. It's got a nice boat launch. The amenity center is gorgeous. I love that they have a billiard room. That would be something that I would really use. I like to play pool. A lot of great activities. If you're a golfer, none of these are golf club, golf course places, but this probably has the most active golf groups with guys that are going on. Couples, women's, men's, 1 day a week, 5 days a week. Lots of golf courses close around. Golf cartable, not only within the neighborhood, everything, but also to everything else that the other two have in Cane Bay, and that is the Publix, the different restaurants and shopping and that kind of thing. So it's a contender. I'm a big fan of these houses. We like the builder for sure. We don't love as much that you can't pick your everything from the ground up, because they switched over to this new package thing. So you go with the coastal theme or the whatever theme. They should have a Jeff, Gregg, and Mark Klim theme.
Yes.
They should do that. Camouflage,
a living
urinal in the kitchen.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
But to answer Loretta's questions, indoor and outdoor pool, yes.
Yep.
Home prices, medium, right?
Yep.
Not low, but medium. And then the HOA is reasonable, I feel like.
And when Mark says medium, he means medium for this area, because that could be high or low compared to other areas.
Yeah.
So, you'll see homes in Four Seasons, typically the majority of them, mid 4s to mid 7s. Mark, is that probably about right?
Yeah.
I mean, you could build a monster for $1 million that's, 3,000 square feet, 2 floors on the water, or I can't build in the water anymore, but mid for the Charleston market.
Yeah. All right, let's jump to the middle here, because you mentioned golf groups. I think the Del Webb Cane Bay also has a lot of golf groups because it's been there for 20 years. They have, probably the most established clubs and everything in there. It's obviously already built out, only resales in there. But HOAs, you're over 300 in there. Does have an indoor pool, outdoor pool. They did a refresh of the amenity center about 5 years ago, put like $3 million into that. One of the nicest drives in out of any community out there, very mature and established.
Yep.
And some of these homes have already been kind of flipped over with new roofs and new HVACs and things like that. Anything I missed on that one, Jeff?
No, it's just the price point. It's actually, we see it towards the lower side of the pricing, and these are, some of them are, up to 18 years old, because the neighborhood is that old. But like Mark said, a lot of these have had updates in them, new roof, new air. I would not sleep. I would not have any issues with somebody living in this neighborhood. We have multiple clients in here, and they really like it.
Yeah. Yep. All right, let's head over to you're one of your favorites, Del Webb Nexton, right? I mean, your mom lives there. You might move there. They've got a restaurant going in there. Lots of good stuff.
Yeah, indoor outdoor pool there also. Added 6 new pickleball courts, Mark.
Yep.
For a total of 10 now.
Yep.
And a new restaurant, bar, grill type thing going in. They're slinging hammers right now. There is a new, we'll call it a gymnasium, but a multifunctional use building where they can do indoor pickleball if it's raining, have concerts, have big dinners, big events. Probably the best location of any of these to get to everything that Summerville has. So if you're looking to golf cart to Taco Boy, Hall's Chop House, come see us at our office. This is the closest one to all that stuff and easiest access to 26 also, because we do have a significant number of clients in that still work.
Yeah. But I mean, they'll still be building in there for probably 2 or 3 more years. Plenty of opportunity to build from the ground up. Plenty of opportunity for pre-owned homes and spec homes. We've seen it all in that neighborhood for sure.
You can't do pools at your own house in all of these neighborhoods. You can on specific lots in this one.
Yeah. Horizons you can as well on specific lots, because like Horizon Summers Corner, they have pools over there.
Yeah.
Del Webb, you cannot have a pool. You cannot have a fence in Del Webb, Cane Bay. So that's a different than the other 2 Del Webbs, I feel like.
And if you remember the picture we showed of Anthony's backyard, that fence is pretty much the kind of fence that goes in this Del Webb Nexton. Now, remember, if you do fence in your backyard in this neighborhood, you have to mow the backyard.
That's right.
So that's just one thing to think about.
All right, Del Webb Point Hope. I thought it was interesting after I put this on here. I just noticed that there's a person bending over in front of the sign there in the picture. So probably not the best picture to choose. Amazing. But it's what I have. So Del Webb Point Hope is the newest Del Webb, closest one to Charleston, closest to the beach, but also the most expensive, right, Jeff?
Yeah, we've got multiple homes under contract in there, and I think we're settling into the same exact house in Del Webb Nexton is going to be marked about $150,000 less than the same exact house at Point Hope, and that just comes from being that much closer down to the ocean, brand new neighborhood. This one is not going to be gated. That's one interesting thing. They're doing some cool things because these amenity centers are so spectacular. They take a minute to build, but these guys really did a great job down here. They're opening up a hybrid amenity center with pickleball, an outdoor pool, a gym, and some meeting spaces in a separate building until the big boy gets built. So the people that are moving into this one, which will be in 3-4 months, we'll have our first closing down there. They'll have something pretty quickly instead of having to wait 3 years for stuff to get there. It is going to be, we believe, golf cartable to Point Hope Shopping Center. Is that what we're calling it?
Yep.
So restaurants, grocery stores, some cool restaurants. There's schools down there. Not that it matters for this neighborhood, but it's a different. It's not as quickly accessible to restaurants and things, but you can get there by golf cart. By car, it's 5 minutes down the road.
Yeah. So obviously the land costs more. That's why the homes cost more. And being closer to Charleston is another reason. There will be indoor and outdoor pool there, right?
That was my question. Yeah, I think there is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is. HOA fees weren't that crazy.
No.
In comparison, they're in the middle high range. And then what was her other thing? Oh, home prices. Obviously, we already mentioned that.
Yeah, that's the highest of what we have in this market.
Yeah. And then Crestwind, there might be one home, new construction left in there, but it is all built out there as well. My mother-in-law lives there. She's been there for like 8 or 9 years now. Loves it, loves the community aspect. She teaches line dancing there. So she is very, very involved. And, the bocce was really huge over there. There must have been 30 golf carts last summer when we were trying to film one day. And Jimmy Buffett
tribute something.
Events, tribute, bands, and it's a party over there for sure. Little bit smaller neighborhood. I think it's 700 homes, if I remember correctly. But super nice, super nice.
A couple cool things about that is the houses feel a little different than I would say Four Seasons and Del Webb.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the word, they're a little bit more compartmentalized. but just by that much. And so, people like the big opens feels, and these have those, but they'll just put like a half wall in to kind of close it out a little. It's a little different. The other cool thing about them is that you've got access to the farmhouse and the amenity center, the playground, the dog parks that are in the ponds and not in Crestwoods. So if the grandkids come over, you've got access to go over to a really great pool and the playgrounds and all this stuff. That's a golf cart ride. You could walk there, honestly, over in the ponds. So you've got access to that. There's a YMCA, fire station, not golf cartable to stuff as far as restaurants and grocery stores, but it's an underlooked neighborhood, in my opinion. People should pay more attention to it than they do. They have a nice house over there. It's a nice community.
So Jeff, there will be a new entrance eventually that will come out next to the Parkers, because they have to have another egress out of there. So that in between the Parkers, they have that road.
Yep.
So they will be able to golf cart to that eventually, I would say, which is, hey,
listen, get you some fried chicken by golf cart. That's all you need in life.
Right.
Down to Parkers, get you a big gulp. Well, it's a different brand, but whatever.
Same thing.
So is that going to come on in between the Parkers and that big apartment complex?
Yes. Yep.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So
big lake over there too. Like you just see a little piece of that lake when you're driving in. You don't realize it goes out as big as it does.
Yeah. Now that they cleared for that new subdivision going in there, you can really see it a lot better. You can paddleboard and kayak and all that on there too.
And a lot of people they have. Remember, this is the neighborhood that has that one leathered feel, I call it, to the island that they did.
Yep.
It's so nice. People that did these houses over there, they put a lot of nice stuff in them, and there's some really nice resales to be had in there that are not, some of them are just a couple years old.
Next one, Hammock Walk at Nexton, not single family homes. So they're attached homes. Some of the buildings have 2, 3, 4, 5 units in them. We just had, Lance had a happy client that just built from the ground up in there. Let them, pick packages as well in there, but they're really nice packages. And he seems to really love it over there. Gave us a great review and all of that. But I would say this is probably one of the biggest bangs for your buck as well, as long as you don't mind attached living. HOA fees are lower because there's not a lot of stuff in there. Still get your grass cut, lock it and leave it, all that fun stuff for sure.
If you wanted to live in to have a second home here in South Carolina for, if you were going to be saying, okay, I'm going to be retiring in a year and a half, I wouldn't do this one, if you're going to want to be in a big single family. But if you were long-term looking for a place to have in South Carolina, this would be a viable option for you.
Yeah. And maybe your non-residential taxes wouldn't be so crazy being an attached home, right?
Just just a lower price home.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point. And then, so I threw this one in here. It's not a 55 plus because it's not age restricted. So nobody, shoot the messenger here, but they do have really great floor plans. Jeff, you were actually at the design center today, right?
I was today. Yeah. We were building on a house, a nice couple coming in from Oregon, I think, or Washington, way over yonder. And we were at design center today. We like this builder. We did have a client tell us today there's a little ponding issue in his backyard. He asked us to get into it, so we're going to make a call about that tomorrow.
Yeah.
They're interesting homes. They really are. They're some of the prettiest, nicest back porches. They put fireplaces on the back porches. They've got the big triple slider doors and the accordion doors that open up from the living room space into the outside space. They're going to be cutting the grass. It's not an unreasonable HOA for what you get over there. Only a couple hundred houses, but they've got pickleball, pool, which has yet to be swum in. Swum, is that a word? Swam in. Ain't nobody been in there in no bikini yet. and dog park and pickleball and golf cartable. And it is also one of the only 4 or 5 neighborhoods in Cane Bay that have legal access to the lake. So if you want to do your kayaking, this is a possibility for you. Yeah. The non-age restricted thing here, when they first started, they said 55 targeted, I think is the word that they were using. They never said that there could not be kids, because it was not a restriction.
Right.
We do know of a few kids that live in this neighborhood, but just the young families typically don't want to pay a couple $100, $250 a month for just to cut the grass. And it's the majority of one level living at their core. So they just kind of assume there's not going to be a ton of kids in this neighborhood, but there absolutely could be, because it is not restricted. But it's a nice neighborhood. I like it.
Yeah. All right. Before we get to the bonus 55 plus that are in other parts of the state, I want to hit on a couple of these comments that popped up here. Mike said, what would those numbers look like for Summerville? As I suspect, Ladson drags us down a little bit on those figures. Yeah, a lot of these reports that I get, and when I pull numbers, they come out by MLS areas. Mm-hmm. So that's why Ladson's kind of grouped in the Summerville one. So I'll see. I might be able to do it by zip code. I'll see what I can do, Mike, and see if I can get you some numbers next week on that. Nothing like a pivot table and a V lookup. You know what a V lookup is, Jeff?
I don't.
It's a formula in a Excel or Google worksheet table.
Okay, a pivot table and a V lookup. Listen, you might as not. That's not even English to me.
All right, Vic and Lori said, "Hey guys, we got our closing date for Del Webb Nexton, and we want to say what a great experience the building process has been. Dwayne has sent us video updates weekly in addition to the weekly updates from the Del Webb builder. Can't believe the process took less than 6 months. Can't thank you all enough for a seamless experience." That's awesome. Thanks, Vic and Lori.
Yeah, we've had fun working with y'all.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Thanks so much. And I'm sure there'll be a link that we'll send you where you can write a really nice review for us. That would be very helpful. So thank you so much for trusting us to help you.
Yep.
Mike Royal said, liking that hat, Jeff.
What do I got on here? Immeasurably more, 35 since 1988. That's 35-year-old, how old my church is.
Okay.
Yeah. They end every service with a verse, and it has immeasurably more in it. Surprising. I've been there 15 years now.
Wow.
At Seacoast. Almost 15 years I've been there.
And it's grown a lot since then. Just the Mount Pleasant campus has grown a lot.
I think we're at our 14th campus now. It's 13 or 14. The newest one is out in Point Hope at the high school. So y'all at Del Webb, Point Hope, had got a church right down the road to be able to go to.
That's awesome. Brian Butler says, "Oh my God, I love these guys."
Brian Butler, welcome back to the business, my friend.
Yeah, Brian's a great guy for sure. All right, so let me get into. We got a couple bonus ones.
All right, I'm not gonna look.
Right.
My eyes are closed.
All right.
Are these bonus 55s?
They are bonus 55s.
How many are there?
5.
Oh, geez. All right. I'm going to go North Myrtle, Del Webb, Greenville, Del Webb.
Yep.
The new Four Seasons down in Hardyville.
Yep.
Sun City, Del Webb.
Yep.
And there's another one?
There's another one. Now, remember, they may not be ones that we so like, but they're ones that you can build in.
Oh, geez. All right. Margaritaville.
Yep, you got it.
All right. Dang it, Jimmy.
And I say that just because we accidentally took video of some of the screens and put it in our video, and they sent us a letter to take down the video.
Cease and desist with your YouTube channel.
So that's the only reason why. Latitude Margaritaville is very, very I was kind of shocked when we went there, Jeff. What do you think?
Listen, they got some cool houses. They really do. Their models there are very nice. It's on the pricier side of the houses that we sell, and it's a different vibe. You're either into it or you're not into it. They've got some cool stuff there, like a movie theater. Didn't they have they had like a golf cart repair shop because they have so many golf carts running around. It's a different animal. But if you want to be in that area, like if you were going down and wanted to be in that general vicinity, I would say you want to look at it. And we do work with them.
They have restaurants and bars and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
One of the salesmen we were working with, not in that neighborhood, but in a different neighborhood, said, yeah, a lot of people go there for 2 or 3 years and then their liver starts to fail. And so it's known for a little bit of a party neighborhood, right?
Yeah, concerts, a lot more of musical activities. Like we typically see at some of the Del Webbs and the Four Seasons, there'll be a band in there every month, every quarter, whatever it is. This is way more active when it comes to that kind of thing.
Yep. All right, let's just stay on the south side, so we'll go around the clock this way. So Sun City, Hilton Head, we had a couple in there, right?
Yeah,
that we sold in there.
It's the big dog. It's the monster. It is 14,000-ish homes. Their last phase that they're currently working in now is as big as just that one final phase is as big as all of Del Webb Nexton.
Yep.
So 3 golf courses. If you can't find a club or what you're looking for there, it's your fault. And even if you did find something, you could just go start a club. We've been to some amazing softball games there.
The woodworking shop.
What is it, like 4,000 square feet woodworking shop? It's massive. It's really and because it's so big, you get all of this stuff at basically the same monthly rate that you do with all these other 55. So it's big. I mean, compared to what we're used to here in most of the rest of South Carolina, it's a monster. But it's really nice. We have a great relationship down there with Art. Work with him. So if you want to be down there, give us a call. Let us get you called in there, and you can go check it out. We'll go with you because we're always up for a trip down to Sun City.
And indoor pool and outdoor pools for sure.
Multiple.
HOAs are under 300. Home prices are a little bit higher than Del Webb Nexton, right?
They are.
You agree with that? Yeah,
they are, and they're the same model houses. So if you're familiar, if you're one of our people that have been in town and see the models in Nexton, those are all the models that are available here in Sun City also.
Yeah,
and some townhouse kind of what are they calling them? Patio homes. We just did video about 2 weeks ago. Duets, yeah. So we got a new video coming out on the Livin Carolina channel, our other channel, on those here in the next couple or 3 weeks, I would think.
Yep. And then we'll have a video of the brand new Four Seasons at Hilton Head Lakes, right?
Yeah, nice new Four Seasons neighborhood. It's a part of a master plan community that has golf in the neighborhood. So you exit Four Seasons, you get turn left and go down the road. And there's a nice golf course down there. We saw a beautiful, what was it, a hawk?
It was a hawk.
Yeah, gorgeous hawk on a light stand there. They're going to have, the amenity center, and it's the same concept with the packages as up in Cane Bay.
No indoor pool with this one.
No indoor pool, only outdoor.
Only outdoor pool, and then fire pit and walking trails, and they have 6. Was it 6 models or 5? 5 or 6 models that we walked through, and some of them, the kitchens were amazing. Like I love the
they were still finishing them. This is a new neighborhood.
Yeah,
but they are doing specs. They had probably 6 or 8 spec homes coming out of the ground, and it's. If it matters to you, it's pretty close to Interstate 95.
Interstate, and there's a hospital that's like out the neighborhood to the right that was pretty close too. So
The Latitudes, the Sun City, and the Four Seasons. Talk a little bit about once you leave the neighborhood, within a half an hour ish, what is available.
Yeah, so you obviously the beaches down at Hilton Head is like 35 minutes away from most of these, a little bit closer to Sun City, Hilton Head. You have Hilton Head, obviously, that you can go to. Super beautiful there. Tons of golf courses, obviously, on Hilton Head. You've got the medical that is outside of Latitudes and Four Seasons, because these two neighborhoods are like across the street from each other almost.
Yeah.
And then there's also a medical plaza a little bit closer to the Sun City. The Sun City from these two neighborhoods are 15 or 20 minutes closer.
Yeah, it was like 22 minutes.
Yeah, to Hilton Head. So if you want to be closest to Hilton Head, Sun City is definitely the one. And then obviously I-95 is super close to these two. Maybe I think it was 10 minutes off the highway, exit 8 there. And in Hardyville, and you're there to these communities. So if you do a lot of traveling, you want to go down to Florida easily, you might want to be in one of these two neighborhoods because you'll be closer to the highway.
Yep.
All right, so that kind of covers the south. So let's go up the coast from us to North Myrtle Beach, and this one will be done building by June, I think.
Yeah, this one's really cool because it's golf cartable to the ocean, and so we don't have a lot of that in the rest of these. So if you're a true beach bum, this is the one for you. There's already resales available in there, so even if you can't get in with new construction, there's resales. You can golf cart to the restaurants, to the grocery store, to the ocean. Pretty, it's not as big of an amenity center as, say, Nexton is, but it's pretty close. I don't remember if they do have an indoor pool. Yes, It was off to the right.
Yep.
So indoor pool, outdoor pool. Actually, one of the prettiest outdoor pools. They have a really nice outdoor pool there. It's very resort style, and so it's Myrtle Beach is becoming even more of a destination with some housing, because typically we see the houses up there be a little bit less than we do down in the Summerville market. Myrtle has a lot to offer, and we work up there all the time, so we can take care of you in Myrtle also.
And Myrtle Beach was the #1 destination for South Carolina last year.
Yeah.
All right, and then our last one is Del Webb Greenville, also new, but they are off to a really fast startup there. Mike has been there several times. We've done a few videos with Mike there, and Mike lives in that area, so it's great to have somebody boots on the ground there. And if I remember right, they're only doing about 434 homes.
That sounds
in
right.
that neighborhood. Indoor outdoor pool, about the same HOAs. A little bit hilly, so it's got some character to it.
There's the thing you can get in this one that you can't get in any of these other neighborhoods, and that is hills. If it ever does snow, you actually have a place to go sled riding.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's right along a river.
Reedy River, yep.
Reedy River. So there's a nice trail that goes down to the river. It's up the hill from the river, so no worry about flooding from that river. But it's a beautiful area. They're going to do very well there. They're selling out quick. I think even faster than they expected.
Yeah.
So you're more likely to be building from the ground up there than you are finding a spec home, and definitely, of course, no resales at all.
Yeah. So
there's one common theme I want to talk about with all these, Mark.
Yeah.
Not going in unrepresented.
Oh, yeah.
There's no downside to going in with the realtor. There's only upside. When you go into any of these and you buy specifically from the builder's agent, that agent is representing both sides of the deal. So they're representing the builder and they're representing you. So how are you going to get the best service when that realtor works for the builder that you're buying from? The houses do not cost any less going in without a realtor. They cost the same. And in fact, we often can get you better prices that some other realtors can't get because of the volume that we do with some of these builders. So it's super important that you at least have a conversation with us about this before you go in. If you don't want us to go in with you first time, if you say, hey, I'm going to be down at Sun City, I just want to duck my head in and say hi and take a look around, we'll call you in. We know people. It's not a problem. I don't have to go with you the first time. You just have to do it with us before you go in because it makes a big difference.
Yeah, let's get you registered for sure. And we're starting to do more and more across the state. Well, Lance had a contract in Anderson, South Carolina today at a DRB neighborhood.
Yep.
And then Mike, I think it was last week, got a contract in Greenwood, South Carolina. So we are definitely on our way to more and more across the state.
World domination.
State domination.
State domination.
Too funny. Well, we are way over our hour, but I thought it was very valuable to show you all of those 55 plus. Hopefully it helps kind of give you an idea of what South Carolina has to offer versus like Florida or somewhere else that you might be considering as well. If you have any questions, of course, just let us know. The Real Teddy says, word on the street is that Jeff and Mark are top realtors in South Carolina. That's right, Teddy.
Thanks for noticing, buddy. Our wives didn't notice.
So we would love to help you. At the end of this video, we're going to have a video pop up with a QR code. You can scan that and book a Zoom call with us. We'd love to jump on Zoom, answer all your questions one-on-one. But if you're not ready yet, come back next week. Ask some more questions in the comments. Like I said, we do this every Tuesday. We definitely appreciate it. You guys need to add coverage of the Columbia area with Lexington and Blythewood real estate blowing up. You do a great job covering the state, Andy. Have lived and traveled the state for 50 years. Thank you so much. We appreciate you saying that. Yeah, we do have a person in Columbia that we work with a lot. So maybe we'll get her on one of these one day, and we can kind of talk more about Columbia. Awesome.
Mark, I'm going to look up what a pivot table is.
Okay.
Because I still don't understand what you all are talking about, and now I'm curious.
Well, everybody, we definitely appreciate you joining. Thanks for inviting us into your living rooms and on your TVs. And until next week, we will see you then.
See y'all.